What's up, everybody? It's Tom Segura. We're almost into the new year, and I'll be bringing my Come Together tour to a bunch of more cities in 2025. January 18th, I'll be in Philadelphia. Haven't been there in a while. January 24th, San Francisco. The 25th of January, I'm in Reno. January 30th, I'm in Athens, Georgia. And January 31st, Savannah. February 1st, I'll be in North Charleston. I can't wait to hit all these cities. Get your tickets now at tomsegura.com/tour, and I will see you there.
100%. Cheers.
What's up, everybody? This is AI Tom. This episode was recorded before they identified the goofball who shot the United Healthcare CEO. Stay proud, stay black. Bert is fat. Welcome to another episode, Two Bears, One Cave. My regular co-host is actually speaking at a Nazi rally in Ohio. And sitting in for him is the great Matt McCusker, everybody. Let him hear it. Before I forget, you can get tickets to see Matt at mattmccusker.com. He's on the road. And, of course, you can listen to Matt and Shane's secret podcast wherever podcasts are available.
Never gets old saying that, does it?
Right?
Wherever they're available.
Wherever they're available. Anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
So many places.
Go to my computer and access the files themselves.
You can get the original MP3s from Matt. And
Thank
you guys
you.
are huge Patreon guys, too.
Yeah, big Patreon guys. So
You're business savvies.
I think so. I think we're pretty savvy.
I think you are, too.
That's what I always tell myself, man. Whenever I get too spun out about all the like personality bullshit, I always just say, look, I'm a small business owner. What do you want from me? I'm just running a small business, dude.
I've told so many people that I think all of us, if you do stand-up, whether you see it this way or not, it doesn't matter. It's objectively true. You're an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your business is your comedy and how you present it and everything, but you're a business owner,
Yeah.
you know?
That's
So-
I feel like it takes the heat off. Otherwise, you become the commodity, and if people don't, that's where it gets personal. Like, this sucks. You're like, well, it's me. I'm the product, and I don't really appreciate you saying that very much.
This reminds me of when I shaved my face a few weeks ago, and everyone was like, I hate your face. And
What?
I go, this is my face, bro.
This isn't like
It's my face.
it's not a turkey sandwich. This
Yeah.
is my face.
And this guy came up to me at a bar and he goes, fucking, it's good the beard's back. And I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, that was bad. And I go, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
And
what the hell?
he goes, nah, it was bad. And I go, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, why are you doing this to me?
And he's like, "Nah, it looked really, I go, my face looks so bad. And he was like, yeah, dude, that sucked. You look
Damn.
terrible. I was like, what the fuck? I had to
Yeah.
shave for the show. You know about the show.
Holy
I get-
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Dude, you look like a totally different guy.
I know. You know,
what the fuck?
I didn't tell
You're
you
like the
that.
guy who shot the United Healthcare CEO. Are you sure you didn't do it? That was last week. We gotta forgot our guy.
Dude. It is kind of similar.
Did you inscribe? You know, he inscribed the bullets.
Yeah, deny
Yeah.
and delay.
Yeah, delayed and depose or something.
Can I tell you
What
that?
the fuck, dude? I think you killed that guy.
I know. There I am.
Oh, dude.
Do you know that like the NYPD released those images a couple days ago, and I'm just on my phone and I see them,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just get people think you like really. I'm just like, whatever. I put them in my stories, those photos, and I just put wanted, right?
You were just ringing the alarm bell.
I was just like this. It's like this guy's wanted.
Why? You put up a wanted poster.
Yeah, I put a wanted poster in my stories. Can I
Good.
tell you though?
That's pretty cool.
What was crazy? Because I was just
so
like,
fucking
it was
funny, dude.
breaking news.
Yeah, it
right?
was.
And I was like, he's wanted. So many people replied like, nah, that's okay. Like, I'm not turning him in.
Oh, I know.
And I'm like, yeah, he fucking killed somebody on the sidewalk. And they're like, nah.
Should have offered a bounty for him.
It's fucking really crazy. The way that this murder is, people are going like, well.
People were pumped.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
I was just reading about the fact that like people are celebrating the fact that this guy just got shot in his front door.
Yeah.
They're like, good.
Good. Really insane.
Yeah, it's
and I
pretty
know
fucking-
that like that business is really brutal, and that company in particular has like a horrible
So
reputation.
they do, yeah.
But to just be like good, to the guy dying on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's like
pretty
when
crazy.
old senators die and they're like, "Fuck you, go to hell, you piece of shit." And you're like, "All right, that's a little much."
I mean,
This guy, yeah, that does suck, man. It's like he was just checking his like Salesforce early in the morning and just got.
he's going into the meeting, like the big quarterly returns meeting or whatever it is.
Yeah. Although the thing is that if I have two questions. The first is an observation. It's like if you get. Like if your like mother just dies of cancer and like you kept getting like your paperwork blocked, it's like I get that would fill you with a murderous rage.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not allowed to go and shoot the guy.
Well, yeah.
Against the rules. It's
This
against
is
the law.
this is the civilized
It's against-
society.
yeah,
that,
true.
like, I mean,
Well,
thing
here's
is-
the thing: if they let like 10,000 just of like loved ones slowly die in a bed, that's the argument. It's like,
course.
is it worse to like quietly if you turn people into like paperwork? And
that's
let
what
them die?
they're saying. How many deaths is this guy responsible for, right?
Yeah.
And so like you can live in that.
But then here's the thing: if he wasn't responsible for all those deaths, he wouldn't be the CEO. So
Yeah. He's good at his job.
he's good. He's so
really
good.
at it. He's really good at it. People are talking about, because I think we're gonna learn who this guy is eventually. Because I'll just be clear, it's not me.
True.
But
He's still at large.
but the thing is,
Wanted.
it's gonna be a. He's smiling, right? He's got a nice smile.
He does actually. Oh, look at that.
That's a nice.
You know, he
smile.
got Starbucks right before too.
Sorry, and he rode a bike out of there.
Shit.
Shit. What about
Fuck,
your
I
face?
might be a suspect right now, dude.
We don't see a hood on you. You got a nice smile.
Yeah, he had Starbucks right before, man.
But I think this story is going to be this obvious, like especially with those inscriptions on the bullet casings, you know?
Yeah, I know.
That like it's going to be some payback, like revenge type thing.
For sure.
But because everyone's like, this guy's a professional, you know, like hitman. You're like, I don't like to do that. But the thing that makes it seem professional is that his gun jams more than once when you see the unedited footage.
Really?
Yeah, and he doesn't panic at all. He's just like, pulls
What?
the slide back and yeah.
Holy shit.
Because most people, if you're like, I'm gonna do this thing, and your gun jams, they fucking freak out,
gone,
right?
yeah. Yeah,
People
I've been
freak
out
out
of it.
all the time when they go, "This is how I would handle a home invasion." You're like, okay,
Yeah,
and then
really?
it really happens, and they fucking lose their minds.
Yeah, dude. You freeze. You're done.
But somebody who's just like composed in that does make you go, "This feels a lot more professional."
And inscribe the bullets. I just learned that like moments ago. I didn't know he inscribed them.
Yeah.
Kind of a drama. It's a drama queen move.
It's a total, and it's a
kinda-
message, right? It's a big
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's like, this is the worst part is like this is the only thing that can possibly make them kind of be a little more lenient with their
Well,
policies.
the thing is, whenever there's an act of terror, people go like, this is not the way to do this. But the reason that people commit acts of terror is to get you to discuss and like make their point bigger, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, since this guy has done this, everybody is talking about United Healthcare's policies. Like,
know.
it actually was
I mean,
the effective move.
yeah, that's why they put you in Guantanamo Bay for it. It works very well.
It works. Yeah.
It's very effective. There was some guy wrote a book claiming that like all throughout history, the only time there's been like meaningful wealth transfers have been like after disasters, like huge wars, natural disasters, or like kind of coups.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I mean, it's a shame. It still is bad. It's like you're going down,
Well, some of them make you. I mean, like McVeigh, right? Blew up the Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
and killed all these people. And he's like, well, yeah. I mean, it was for a bigger purpose.
Well, what was his big thing?
What was it? It was about like government. What was type in what his motive was? Because I think it was. Yeah, it was for handling a Ruby Ridge incident.
Oh,
in
that's what it
Waco.
was.
So it
Federal
was like,
government.
right? But that didn't affect that. That
No.
doesn't. No one goes like, you're right.
Yeah.
Because you blew up this building.
Or was his bomb too small?
I don't know. It was a pretty effective bomb.
It's a pretty big bomb.
It was
yeah.
a pretty big bomb.
Yeah,
dude.
true. That didn't really do anything. That like, and also that the government's it's too big and it's too nebulous of like a target. But like hitting a healthcare, that's like if you blew up a meter-maid, people would be like, well,
Yeah,
I don't want to get tickets.
I know.
So yeah, a guy had like a
And the city would be like, all right, these tickets are a little aggressive. So
true. All right, we'll give you 14 days before we double it.
we're sorry about that.
Austin's pretty good about the tickets. Philly's like ruthless.
Yeah,
I think they give you like, I forget what it was. It was like 10 days and then they double it. And if you have more than 2 outstanding tickets, you're automatically on the boot list. And they come take your car.
Really?
I had 2 of my cars taken from.
Boston's like that. Boston's aggressive.
Yeah,
with the tickets.
Very aggressive. I owe the Philadelphia Parking Authority still, like, I think now they want, I think it's like $5,000 or $7,000.
I love that show so much. The reality show.
It's so good.
Fucking A.
Yeah,
Man.
I talked to the one lady the one time.
It can stay on a marathon, and
It's good, man. I went down there once. I think they took a Ford Contour off me, and that you have to, when you can go to your car to get your belongings out of your car. So I went to get my belongings. And you have to write on a piece of paper what they took from you and what's in your car that you're reclaiming. And I wrote a giant dildo. And you have to hand it to the person at the counter, and they have to like bring it to someone in the back and get it approved. It was really funny.
Did you have a giant dildo?
No, I didn't have a giant dildo.
Oh,
I actually had I had like a blunt that fell out like behind the seat.
Did you ask for that?
I wanted to go get that. And like I had some other stuff too that I wanted, but I was after that blunt. But I did put giant dildo, and they were kind of laughing.
Oh, that's good. It's good that they have a sense of humor.
They did.
It seems like they do on the show. Like.
Yeah, I mean they kind of get broken down. You have people say, I've said the meanest shit to those people, and like they would give it back to me.
Yeah.
But they were like, there was this one lady the one time, she gave me a ticket, and I was like, come on, man, that's just bullshit. And she's like, and I was like, fuck you, I hope you die. And then she's like, I hope your mother gets cancer. That's what she said to me back.
The meter-maid.
Yes. She goes, I was like, I hope you die. And she goes, I hope your mother gets cancer. And I was like, if you were my mom, I would. She said something like, would you say that to me if I was my mom? And I was like, if you were my mom, I'd fucking kill myself. And she was like, I hope your mother gets cancer. And we just had this exchange, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
That's awesome.
Both got it out of our system. I was kind of, by the end of it, I was kind of laughing. She got like so ruthless, and I was like, that's kind of funny.
That's pretty funny.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How do you stay cozy during the winter months? Me, I like to wrap up in a blanket, go out by the fire pit, a mug of hot chocolate for her. And I'll tell you what I like, a little warm red wine with a little cinnamon stick in it. Oh, that is the best way for me to spend my December. Therapy is a great way to bring yourself some comfort that never goes away, even when the seasons change. Here's the deal. December is a tough month. We've got January right around the corner. You've got Christmas. You've got family. You've got New Year's. So much is going on. For me, therapy is a no-brainer. I just talk through how all my interactions are going to go. I remember last year I did this for New Year's. I said, I was talking to my therapist. I said, I don't want to be hungover to start the debt year. And he said, don't drink. And I said, but it's New Year's. And he goes, just do something different this year. It was a really great conversation. Didn't drink last year, danced the whole night, and woke up perfect. And I had a great year. Listen, if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/bears today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bears. This show is sponsored by Acorns. Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing for you, your kids, and your retirement, even during the holidays. You do not need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you. You do not need a ton of time. You can create your Acorns account and start automatically investing your money in just 5 minutes. Now, Acorns is helping you build your financial future in the background so you can focus on your holiday shopping, parties, travel, or just whatever. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now. That could be $5 a day or even just a spare change. That's right. Acorns can round every purchase you make up to the dollar and automatically invest your spare change for you. So that coffee you bought this morning on the mall shopping, boom, that's investing. And you can get bonus investments just for buying the stuff you need from the brands you love. With Acorns, every single gift you buy this year could put more money into your investment account. It's like cash back, but the bonus investments have a chance to grow. Everyone in our office does it. Everyone in our office does it. It is an absolute no-brainer not to do it. To not do it is asinine, in my opinion. Every single 15 people I know in this office are all a part of Acorns, and you should be too. Head to acorns.com/bears or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosure at acorns.com/bears.
The holidays can be tough for people, especially those with a big family who aren't great at gift giving. We've got the perfect gift for you. Skylight Frame is the touchscreen digital photo frame your whole family will love. Upload thousands of photos with your phone and watch them appear in seconds. It's so easy to use. Setup takes less than 60 seconds. Add new photos straight from your phone from anywhere. It only takes a tap on your phone to send new photos to frame across the country. It's the fastest, easiest way to keep loved ones in the loop. You can choose from 2 sizes, the original 10-inch or larger 15-inch gallery frame, and they're so confident that you'll love Skylight that they offer free 120-day returns. And let me tell you something. If you want to blow a senior citizen's mind, Skylight Frame is the way to go. They cannot believe that you've made this magic happen where photos are appearing in the frame and they're changing. They're just like, because they're old. And now, as a special limited time offer for our listeners, get $20 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame when you go to skylightframe.com/bears. That's skylightframe.com/bears. Get $20 off your purchase now at skylightframe.com/bears. Blow a senior citizen's mind. I mean, that's also like a great kind of advertisement for Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it kind of summarizes the city.
Yeah, it does. People are very on edge, man. I didn't realize it till I was here for like 6 months. I went to Baltimore to do a show, and I got off the plane. I'm not lying. Like, I got off, and I just like looked at people's faces when I came into the terminal, and like I was like, did people just get in an argument here? And I was like, I thought it was like post-fight energy, and I came in, I'm like, oh yeah, this is just people are just sourpussing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of that is like, I mean, there's a culture to a city. I can't say it. I think weather is underrated. I think weather affects the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Being in cold. And then like the hustle of a northeastern big city is just a different thing.
Yeah.
You know, like shoulder to shoulder, you know, like on the streets, and like there's slush and shit on the ground, and
Yeah, true.
people are just fighting for position more. They're jockeying for position.
Yeah, you have after like 10 of those interactions a day of like you and another person walking in the same trajectory and like either giving or being like, I'm not fucking moving. That does do something to your psychology.
It
I don't do that.
does.
I don't have to deal with that like at all. There's never anyone on the sidewalk.
Yeah, there's shit too. Like I just think of like entering like holding a door, opening a door, and then you're in some Philly or Baltimore, and someone's like, "Hold the fucking door, man!" You know, like that kind of like, like that doesn't really happen here. You know, like that's just like a very regional thing.
Yeah, true.
New York has that too, depending on the neighborhood. Yeah, it's aggressive.
It is unnecessarily. I think it's unnecessarily because whenever I go to New York, I try to be like very, very nice and try to like break the mold, and it's just I've made no progress.
But I feel like so many New Yorkers are actually so nice. Mm-hmm. You can just get into pockets where it's the opposite.
Yeah, I feel like they're nice if you talk to them, but if you ever ask someone for directions in New York, they look at you like, you're like,
Get
all
the
right,
fuck
dude,
outta
what the
here.
fuck?
I know. And then like I was in Tokyo.
How was that?
It was amazing. It was one of the greatest.
That's what I've heard. I heard it's awesome.
Best food I've ever had in my life, hands down.
Really?
Everything was. Everything.
What?
Tomatoes, lettuce, crab, meat. Everything was the best I've ever had. Fruit. Everything was the best I've ever had.
That's crazy.
It was so fucking good. And a couple times I stopped random people looking for places, and they stop whatever they're doing to help you.
What?
Yeah. All of them.
Where are they? Are they a big like producer of like produce and stuff? I didn't think that's just an island. I didn't think they had a lot of room to grow. Like,
It's just that they are perfectionists.
True.
And so everything they do, it's like, you know, you find the places like the coffee place is like, this guy has been working on how to make the perfect cup of coffee
yeah,
for 50 years, and he does nothing else.
yeah.
Also, people take great pride in jobs that are seemingly mundane, like the cashier is like proud to be the cat, you know, things like that, where you're like, it's just like this system of excellence. So I mean, I'm telling you, like the first salad we had, we were all like, what the fuck?
Really?
Or like even so, it's known that you can obviously get like Kobe beef and Wagyu as like, you know, Japanese like specialties, but like, so I had a chef, my chef friend was with me, Philip Lee, and he was like, you know, in the States, most of the time if you're at a hotel, the idea is if you want to get a good meal, leave the hotel. Like it's going to be a lower quality meal at the hotel. But in Japan, hotels have some of the best food.
Really?
So
yeah.
we were in the lobby of our hotel, like the place like, oh, you just want to get something to eat. And I had a sirloin. And as I'm telling you, we took a bite. And I was like, this is a top 3 steak of my entire life. It was
What?
like, yeah, it was all like that. Everything that we ate there was like
Jesus.
that.
Yeah, we could import some of that here. Whatever that is going on, whatever's going on inside people in Japan, we need to take that here.
And
man.
a funny thing about import is that we went to have sushi. So the way that sushi works is that there's a fish market, right? And they bring out like, this is the top tier, let's say tuna, right? And then people can bid on it. And then it goes in quality, quality kind of spectrum, right? So like the highest quality stuff will go to like these restaurants, sushi places that demand that and command it. And then it works its way on down. Okay, the highest quality sushi that you can buy from Japan in the United States is too low for them to serve in Japan.
What?
So like when you're here and they go like, this is the best flown in today from Japan, Japan's like, yeah, you can keep that shit.
That's the worst.
Yeah, we don't want it.
That's so funny.
So that's like the difference of like quality.
That's crazy because I've been to those sushi places and I'm like, you can't get any better.
Exactly.
This is so good.
Yeah, that's like, and it is good. We eat it here and it's
Yeah.
good. But over there, they're like, there's a whole other
Get
level
the shit out of
you
here.
don't know about.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. And then it's on an airplane. It's flown. Yeah, I thought maybe maybe this stuff's just better because it's not being like thrown around in boxes. Everyone's handling it like every tomato's handled very
right?
delicately.
You watch somebody make an omelet there, and it's just like performing surgery, and they're just like, here you go. Here's the.
Yeah, that's that documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Yeah.
It's very similar. That was really cool to watch.
Yeah.
It's like my problem is like, why can't we get into making omelets and stuff? What's in our brains that doesn't allow us to like make a salad and just be totally into it and like take pride in it?
I don't know. I think that it really is like it starts at home. It's a cultural thing, right? Of like, let's just say it. Asian excellence. They're just fucking better.
They are, dude.
They're just better, dude.
They are. I want to try to figure out what that is.
I'm not saying
True.
all of them.
True. Yeah. True.
Certain
I don't want
ones.
to start a stereotype, but
No.
yeah, it is kind of like, it's like, that would be nice to get into that. Just like start just taking pride in stuff you're doing. Cause I'd like try to make a cheese plate. We had like people at our house recently.
Yeah.
Started chopping up some cheese. I'm like, I'm gonna make a nice cheese plate. And I got like within 2 minutes, I was like, fuck this. I put a knife in the block of cheese and crackers. And I was like, I'm not doing this.
Giving up.
Bullshit. Yeah, I gave up right away.
Yeah.
Although, you know what I have been doing? I've been skateboarding lately.
You've been skateboarding?
Yeah, and I do not like anything crazy. We have like, you know what a
Did
pump-
you skateboard in your
when I was
youth?
little, yeah.
Okay.
When I was younger, I did. But I overestimated how much of my skills I would have retained. Dude, it was wobbly. I just started like 3 weeks ago.
What age range were you skateboarding in?
Probably like 7th. It would have been like 7th, 8th, 9th grade.
And then done?
Done, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But every now and again, I would still pop on a skateboard here and there. But I went to a skate park. Like, I'll be all right. It's really hard. But I have this little. It's called a pump track. You know what that is?
Yeah.
It's like a wavy little thing. So I just been doing that, and it's like I had my Apple Watch on. I don't wear my Apple Watch anymore because my wearables have let me down. Apparently, I'm pre-diabetic. I didn't know that. But dude, they're telling me my biological age was like 7 years younger.
Really?
Or my whatever it is. Yeah, they're like, dude, you're like physically, you're like a fucking 29-year-old. And I was like, sweet. I went to a doctor, like, dude, you're pre-diabetic. What are you doing? I was like,
really?
Yeah.
Wait, is your sugar consumption really high?
I didn't think it was that bad, but like I was eating a ton of rice and like I was eating like I don't eat gluten, so I was eating like white rice, potatoes. So I would eat like mountains of that. And
Mountains of it is different than having some.
I was eating a lot. I need to go to Japan. I need someone to show me how to eat. But and my dad has type 2, so it's pretty much his fault. Epigenetic. I think I got like an epigenetic transfer.
But you can get like has he tried to like get out? You know what I mean? Like you can change your lifestyle.
I will. He won't.
He will.
He just takes. He did. Actually, I shouldn't put smut on his name. He still does eat like a giant bowl of ice cream every Sunday.
Okay.
Not the best, but he does. He'll take like the medicine for it, the pill, and he has cut down on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because I know a couple of guys that have been type 2 diabetic.
Reversed it.
And reversed it.
Yeah, that's my plan.
with
I want to
lifestyle
reverse.
changes.
I want to reverse my pre-diabetes.
But they also, the two guys I'm thinking of, look nothing like they did because they made dramatic changes.
Yeah, So I thought I was pretty healthy. I
you look healthy. Yeah,
that's what I thought, man. And then but I guess I don't know because I was like maybe I was like I did eat a pancake the day of the blood test. They're like, dude, that has nothing to do with it. I was like, fuck. So
Oh wait, on the day of the test?
I didn't know you're supposed to fast. I forgot I had the test. And I was,
But you got that gave you a crazy glucose spike for sure.
I thought so, but they were like, nah, this
No.
A1C studies
Oh.
your hemoglobin. Apparently your blood cells last for 3 months in your body and then they die and new ones come. So I guess they like somehow can tell the age of each blood cell and see how much glucose is attached to each blood cell.
Yeah.
And the A1C is like a rendering or a measure of how much glucose is like covering all of your blood cells.
Huh.
They just get sugar. They get like they turn into like Sour Patch Kids inside your body.
Yeah.
They get sugary.
Yeah.
And they just are like, yeah, your blood cells are covered in sugar. So that's my understanding of it. I don't know.
So you just got, but you're already making the
Yeah, big one. I went like, my wife's pissed. I'm like going like full psycho now. It's just like I haven't eaten carbs in like a week.
Cool.
Barely any.
That's good.
So now she'll make stuff. Everything she makes me, I'm like, what are you trying to fucking kill me?
Can you still eat meat though? Do you like meat?
Yeah, I eat a ton of meat. I just eat meat and veggies.
Then you're gonna be fine, dude.
Yeah, skateboard, meat and veggies.
Yeah.
But the pump track, that is my only zen like moment now where I just like when you're like really.
Do you wear protective gear at all?
No, none whatsoever. Yeah, none whatsoever. I can't do it. I still
Just-
have like that 7th grader
Just
mentality.
because you're like, that's gay.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Like helmets. Someone asked me like, you wear a helmet, right? And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. I'd rather die. I'd rather hit my head and die than be seen wearing a helmet.
I mean, hold on, dude.
Hey man, that's
You
my
know, I was with Tony Hawk.
yeah.
And he wears a helmet, knee pads, and elbow pads. That's Tony Hawk.
He's a bitch. No, he's no.
Is it just me, or has TV gotten really complicated? I'm either endlessly searching for my favorite shows or subscribing to a dozen different streaming services to make sure I can watch everything I love. Thankfully, Philo has changed all that for me. One service, all the stuff I need. Philo's got current seasons of the shows I can't miss live on networks like A&E, Paramount, Discovery, and TLC. Classics like The Office, Martin, and Friends I never get sick of, and of course, the incredible originals on AMC Plus, from Mad Men to Orphan Black. Don't forget their library of more than 75,000 movies and shows, all of which I can save and rewatch anytime for a whole year. Never miss a minute of shows like Yellowstone, Married to Evil, or Friends. Best of all, with Philo, you get all this for just $28 a month. No contracts, no hassles, just one subscription and a world of entertainment. So go to philo.tv and check it out for a free 7-day trial. That's philo.tv to start watching. Every holiday season starts with the best of intentions, from making that homemade pie to getting all your holiday shopping done early. But then life gets in the way. Don't feel bad. It happens to everyone. Luckily, you've got DoorDash. Like your secret holiday helper, DoorDash has you covered for gifts, groceries, and dinner tonight. DoorDash makes it so easy, you might even feel a little guilty. But hey, no one needs to know your pie was store-bought or that thoughtful gift arrived just minutes before your guests did. Now, through the 24th, DoorDash has big holiday deals from Best Buy, Ulta Beauty, Wingstop, Aldi, and more. Save money and the holidays, all with DoorDash. Whether you tell people or not, it's up to you. DoorDash, your door to more. Use code BEARSJOY24 for 50% off your first order. Maximum $10 off orders of $15 or more. Offer ends December 26, 2024. One promo per order, not valid on orders containing alcohol. Terms apply.
No, he needs one. He's doing fucking like loops and shit. I'm just doing the pump track.
Okay.
I'm just doing the pump track. He, and again, if he wants to, dress like that, that's his business.
Dress like that. Dress like that. It's an outfit.
He's doing like 40-foot. Look, some
No,
guys are willing
He's
to.
doing crazy shit, dude.
He doesn't love skateboarding as much as I do. That's the
true.
problem.
That's
he's
the
out
problem.
here, he's
just fucking dilettante.
he's
fucking
pussy.
around.
Yeah, he is. He's pussyfooting around.
Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense.
No, I saw his documentary. Did you watch that?
I did not see it, no.
He has gotten more. I didn't know he got that fucked up. He's gotten like 90 concussions.
I didn't have this appreciation, though, because I think as a kid, when you see greatness in different sports, you're like, that guy's just really good.
That's
right?
what I thought.
Like Michael Jordan, you're like, he's just really good.
Yeah.
And it takes becoming an adult, seeing some stuff, talking to some people, and then you realize, oh, this guy is a psycho.
Yes.
Like he's out of his fucking mind. And I didn't realize that, like when Tony came here and he was talking about how like his femur broke,
Yeah.
and this doctor was like, well, you're you're not going to be able to do what you did. He's like, I just went to another doctor. And that doctor was like, well, we could do this thing and like reset it differently. Like, so have another surgery to reset it. And then I got on a board and then I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you're crazy, bro.
He's out of his mind. He is a psycho. He's a competitive psycho.
Lance Armstrong, psycho. Michael, psycho. They're fucking crazy people.
I do like how Jordan's psychoness just transferred to like sports gambling once he got done.
Yeah.
I kind of like that about that.
Well, they also, the gambling ones are also, it's the same thing about winning. It's just about winning. It's like taking, and then the rush of like, I won this thing.
I won again.
Yeah, again, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, because Dana White is like that, you know, like, and I asked him that because he's famously gambles crazy amounts of money.
Yeah.
And he does it like daily. And I was like, yeah, but this is because you're addicted to like big wins. And he was like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I've also heard compulsive gambling is more about the flow state. It's like the winning and losing almost becomes irrelevant. You just like being in that kind of like everything just falls away. You're just on the table and it's just like you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. It kind of keeps you in this like almost like flow state.
He goes, but Dana goes in, he goes, I'll play 3 hands and leave.
So he'll win. He wants to win.
He
and
wants
get
to
out.
win.
I like that.
So he goes in, he bets huge.
Yeah.
350,000, 400,000 a hand. And he's like, if I win 2 or 3, he's like, I'm out of there.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And then it's just like, goes home like, yeah, just walked out with 1.2, and now I'm like feeling good. Yeah. And then tomorrow I want to do it again.
God, they're gonna ban him if he keeps winning. They're gonna ban him.
There's a few casinos that don't want him to come in.
Really?
Like 6, yeah. So he stays to like a couple.
Damn, that's kind of bullshit. That's kind of bullshit how they do that. If you actually play.
The other thing that's crazy, because I gamble sometimes on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
Is like, you can go like $3,000 and they go boop. And then when you win and you're like, oh, I got 3,000 in chips. They're like, hold on, phone calls. Let me see your ID. And you're standing there in line to get your cash. I'm saying, like, when you're at hey, where did you win this? I'm like, at the table.
Yeah, what do
and
you
they're
think?
like, which table? I'm like, I don't know the number of the table. And then like call somebody else. Hold on, let me see your ID. We need to scan it. Enter your thing. What's your social? And you're like, this is pretty cool that like I can give you the money and it's like no problem.
Yeah.
But this whole process of getting it back. I mean,
that's kind of weird. Well, you know what? A lot of people use casinos as like money laundering centers. So maybe they figure like we can kind of scare some of those guys and keep their money because.
But I feel like that's got to be like the big dogs, dude. Like Macau is famous for that. That's
Really?
the money laundering capital of the world.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Some people do it. You get like hippies. Well, you get like some like evil hippies in there like selling ketamine. They'll take like $5,000 because they have to mail it. If you have a bunch of small bills, you want to turn it into big bills so you can mail it easier. So they'll take it in, like play a little bit and cash out. And so maybe they can thinking like, oh, we'll scare these guys and keep their. So that's what they would do. They would take like $5,000 of small bills, change it to big bills, and be like, all right, we're out of here.
And then, okay.
So if you started pressuring them, like, let me see your tax return, man. You'd be like, just take them.
Yeah, just freak you out a little bit. Yeah. So
that's bullshit, though, man. That would piss me off.
It's really annoying. You don't do it. You don't gamble at all.
I used to here and there. I like didn't gamble. I did it my first time in Vegas when I was like 21, and I just won blackjack. I won at craps. I won like $600 in craps.
Yeah.
I won like
It's exciting. Yeah.
It's very exciting, but when I lose, I get filled with like such a disgusting, bitter feeling that it just like I don't like doing it.
So people have different thresholds for it, and I was at a blackjack table with these NFL guys, and like the way that some of them were betting, it was making my eyes water. I was like,
You're just getting horny. You're just like, fuck, dude.
I was getting like because I always feel like you have to like work up the courage.
Yeah.
To increase, So like if you're like, I bet 100, and then you get on a little roll or you feel you go, all right, I'm gonna do 500 or 1,000, and you're like, oh man. And these dudes were doing like 10, 20 grand. I was like, God damn.
That's the only way that for me it was fun to gamble back when I was 21 because I literally had zero. I had no money.
Yeah.
And then so like
everything's a rush.
That $500 was all. That was like my whole fucking week of work. So I was like, oh fuck. Now it's like, dude, the idea of like giving a sizable enough portion to like be like financially. That's the only thing that makes it exciting. If it's like if it can like wipe you out or do you like serious damage.
Yeah.
Because if it like.
It's got to do something because there is a thing where you're like, hey, you won, and the amount does nothing to the heart rate. And you're like, well, this is nothing.
I used to play when I lived. It was me, Shane, and like it was me and a bunch of our friends. We're all like comics. None of us had like any. No one had any money at all. But I was like selling a little bit of weed, so I had more than them. So we would do poker, and they'd be like $5 buy-ins, and I'd be like, this sucks, because I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It needs to be enough to get your hair standing up.
Yeah.
So, but then it's like, I'm not. If I lose that, I'd fucking freak out.
I know. I one time I should. It's always like you should listen and you should walk away.
Yeah.
I went to do a show in Vegas, and pre-show went to these tables and won $7,000. And was like, nice. I was like, I mean, glowing, right? Just like,
Yeah.
and we went and did the show, and you're just like riding this dopamine drip.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back, and I went back to the tables, and I started losing. And like guys with me were like, just leave now. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, like a total degenerate. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And I kept betting, and I just kept losing. And I lost it all. The money that I'd won, I just lost it all. And in comparison to like what you're getting paid to do the show, it's not a significant amount, even though it's a lot.
For sure,
of money.
yeah.
But you're not like, oh, this is you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really. I couldn't go to sleep. I went in my room and I'm staring at the ceiling, and this overwhelming sadness took over. I was depressed.
Well, you know what it is like when you win at gambling, the feeling is that like the universe is like, I like you.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I knew you liked me.
Yeah.
And then when you lose,
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, when you lose, it's like, yeah, the universe fucking hates you.
Yeah.
And you're
That's
like,
true.
Fuck.
Yeah.
There is like a magic element to gambling. That's what kind of attracts people to it.
Yeah, it's true because it's random, and it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, you just realize that there really are these streaks. Like in blackjack, you know, there's the shoe, right? Like the cards in there, and you can get a good shoe, and you think it's like kind of you,
big time.
But it's just like you win 8 in a row, and you're like, dude, what the fuck?
I figured it out.
And then the next shoe, it's like 8 losses in a row, and you're like, this fucking sucks, and you suck too, to the dealer. And like,
dude, that's what happened to me. I won the first 2 times. I'd win like $400, and I'd just be like to the moon, like holy fuck, and I would like cash out, buy everybody stuff around me, like I fucking did it.
Yeah.
So then when I went again, like a year or 2 later, I was like, guys, check, I know exactly how to do this, and I just got wiped out like instantly.
Yeah.
Like the next 3 times, just lost so fast. Try to cash back in, lose again. I was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
I had that feeling, and I always think about just like a casino owner, just like my money just being like filtered onto like a gray truck, just amongst stacks of cash and just trucked away.
And he's like, thanks.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, cool. Like, fuck.
I paid my cell phone bill this month. This shit.
Yeah, I don't like it, man. I know a lot of people love to gamble. I don't particularly.
I know. I'm glad I don't have I enjoy it. I've had fun. I think it's fun when you're with friends and like having a good time. But I don't have that. Thankfully, I don't have that thing that's like, I gotta go fucking do it.
I had a pretty like risky kind of like gambly life for a long time. So I've gotten my thrills out for the most part. So
how was your life risky and gambly?
I used to just sell drugs. So I was like, people would go to the casino, and I was like, dude, I do this every day. Like I could be devastated every day.
What kind of drugs were you selling? Everything?
Just weed. Yeah, mostly weed, and then like I tried to sell coke. I wasn't cut out for that.
How was it? I mean, I sold a couple of bags, so I realized, and I bought 1 million of them back in the day.
Yeah, true.
So I went over to people's houses and watched them play video games, and
that's all it is.
Sat there and
you play Xbox for like an hour, and then you just make $1,000, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
But it was like,
how was the coke stuff?
Terrible. I didn't do it. That was the thing. So I didn't do it. I didn't like what it like did to people. I was like 19, so I didn't really know. But that was like when I was like, that was like genuinely scary. Because like weed is like, people are mostly cool.
Yeah.
Except to a certain point. If you get up high enough, when the money gets high enough, it'll be like you deal with like real actual criminal. Like you were talking about home invasions. It's like, dude, there's guys that'll do that, and it's like it's so fucking scary, and they're so scary too.
So you got into that level?
I was in a house that got invaded. I was never a home invasion kind of guy, but yeah, I got up to like I would get like 35 pounds. Like that was.
You'd buy 35?
Yeah, I would get them from it, but I would commanded 35 pounds.
That's a lot, bro.
I know, scary. That's what I was saying. I got my like.
But how would that 35 get to you?
It would get dropped off at somebody else's house, and then we have like a storage unit, and we would just like go down. You get to like pick between the strains. Like I want 4 Blue Dreams, 6 sour diesels.
So was that amount split amongst a couple other people?
No, it was me and one other guy.
You and one other guy.
So we would get like 70 dropped off, and we get to split them.
And what was your selling like? Like what were you? How much were you selling at a time? You know what I mean? Were you
Yeah, it was
dispersing
mostly like my big people were like 2 to 3. Sometimes people take 5 pounds. That was like my most. I would give people like 5 at a time.
So they were dealers too. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I would find people and then be like, I think you kind of like slowly front them and get them a little bit more. Then you eventually are like, I'll give you like 2 pounds. Like, oh, it's like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then you just then you just start dropping it off and like collect your money.
So that's real money though, right?
Yeah, I was chilling for a while in my early 20s. I was having a good time. But then like you get robbed. People, everyone, you're like, if you think of it like your employees, it's like the most unreliable.
Yeah.
People are getting DUIs. It's like people couldn't just chill. They'd be like, I got hammered and I started running around selling. It's like, why did you do that?
Why?
Then they get in trouble. People get addicted to drugs. It's like, it's a really.
Was there a one incident thing that got you out of it, or was it just a gradual thing?
Not really. I got like robbed at gunpoint a bunch of times, and I was just like, or I should say I got robbed at gunpoint twice, but I guess that's not a bunch of times.
From somebody you knew probably, or like it was a setup thing?
It was like someone I knew would set up with somebody who would then be like, my friend's going to come, and then someone that person knew would just be like, I'm going to set this up like a robbery. Because everyone got bad on pills. So you get people who get bad on like pills who then would be buying like heroin, who now they're introducing like heroin guys to being like, hey, I owe you money, but I know this one guy who could like, who's like, I can help you rob him. And they'd be like, yeah, let me do that.
And when you got robbed, was it for the weed or for the cash?
For both.
For both.
Yeah, they got me for both. Got me for both. Yeah, the postal, also like we would mail it a lot. So like we had the postal police take like, I mailed like 35 grand and they just were like, yeah, that's ours.
Fuck.
And I was like, fuck.
Those are huge losses though, right?
I know. I've been wiped out financially. Like, again, if I had like, I'm like 25, 26 with like 40 grand, I'm like, this is crazy. And just go to zero. I've done it like 2 or 3 times.
Damn.
Yeah.
And were you mailing cash because you owed it to?
Well, you would mail it to, if like you could buy it once it got here, but as soon as a pound of weed comes from California, it's the driver itself. That's like $400 per pound they're tacking on, and then it's going to go to a person who's going to tack probably 3 to 4 or whatever on each one. But if you can get it directly from California, you can skip all that. But they got to mail it to you, so you open yourself up to the risk of catching a package in the mail.
Yeah.
And then you got to like, hopefully it's not being followed or whatever. So.
But you were mailing cash out to Cali?
Yeah, through my friend. I would like give it to my friend. He would mail it to California.
Fuck. So you have zero after this.
I was wiped out. I've done it like oddly, it becomes kind of a peaceful feeling though to get totally wiped out. After like the 3rd time, I like perversely kind of liked it.
You're like, oh, here we go.
So I would just go back to painting houses and be like, damn it, right back to the salt mine. I would just paint houses and kind of like do stand up and work my way back up.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, but eventually it just became ridiculous. I was like, I'd have to stop. It wasn't really the kids were the big thing.
Yeah.
Once I had kids, I was like, I can't. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not. If I go to jail, that'd be so sad.
Yeah, I remember a couple of friends that were selling, and it was funny because when you're in high school and getting into college, you're talking about like an ounce here and I remember how it makes sense, but you get more brazen with like the longer you're around and more comfortable. And then one time I'm with my friend, he pulls up and he's got just like QPs like on the seat, and I'm like, you're just driving around like this?
It becomes so normal, you forget. The first like month, I remember like I think I've fried my nervous system, but the first couple months, your like legs are shaking. Anytime a cop's around you, you have like an ounce of weed, you're like, oh, I'm fucked. And then you get like, you just forget it's even illegal. I would just drive around like it was like a normal job. And but then a cop does pull up behind you, you're like, it's just like ice water. Your veins just sort of like, ugh.
Yeah.
And that's really bad for you. And also it's like, it's one of those things, it's like, it's genuinely, when people say it's bad, I was always like, it's weed, like who cares? But when you're doing that, you're essentially, you have to lie to everybody you talk to.
Which is not good.
It's not good. And it like, literally become like a liar. Like you have to lie. It's nonstop kind of games and manipulation. And it's like your relationships excuse them, because then you're like, I don't really want to tell this person I'm with exactly what I'm doing. And it's like, because if it goes south, they can kind of fuck me.
Who knew? Did your closest friends know?
People knew kind of, but I always would kind of like, I wouldn't really ever tell people the scale for the most part, except for a couple people.
The scale is alarming.
The scale was kind of alarming.
Yeah, when you said 35, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, and it would just be in like a storage unit, and then or I'd bring it to my house, and then it's like every time you leave your house, you're just like, somebody's definitely going and taking that from me. So like it's just constant anxiety.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. It's like, just go get a job. It's like boredom. It's either you're bored or you're gonna be like hair raisingly anxious, and it's like being bored's better. You can always just like join CrossFit and do jiu-jitsu or something.
Yeah, work it out another way.
Yeah, just gamble or you don't have to risk your freedom, but
fuck, man. Yeah.
it was cool. I kind of did that from like 18 to embarrassingly not that long ago.
And now you're a successful comedian.
Yeah, thank God, man. Otherwise I would have been in jail. But
now you can walk around and go, man, can you believe I got this clean money?
Yeah, yeah, true. Thank God I got robbed so much that for real, I could just show the IRS like, bro, I'm telling you, man, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Got robbed. Take it up with that other guy. But it is crazy because then people rob you and then you learn later, like karma really is like, it gets people. Like, I would just learn about people who rob me and like bad stuff happens to people.
Feels like you're lucky that you learn these lessons without having to suffer the worst consequences.
For sure.
Right?
Jail.
Yeah.
You feel kind of bad though, not going. Usually there's the big redemptive arc where you're like, and then I got arrested. And it's like, when you're like, nah, I just kind of worked out. People
now
are
I
like,
sell
fuck
tickets
you.
on the road.
Yeah. People don't like hearing that. But
I know.
It's the truth.
It's good that you didn't have to go through that to figure it out.
I know. Although I do have that perverse side of me again that like, I have the jail fantasy or like, how would I have done in jail?
How do you think you would have done?
I think all right. I don't know. Again, it's one of those easy things to
Isn't
say.
it crazy now? I don't know how many guys you know that have been to jail.
Mm-hmm.
How I know a handful that are like, yeah, man, it's actually pretty cool. And you're like, what?
Dude.
And they're like, they tell you like good stories, and they're like, no, I got a good friend. Some wild shit, but we had fun.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
It's got to be kind of fun, but I do think it is pretty depressing.
Yeah.
My friend was there a bunch of times, and he was like, yeah, there's parts of it that were fun, but he's like, mostly it was horrible, and I'm never going back there.
I don't think anyone wants to go back.
The
really.
food, man, that's like that's the one thing. Like I'm such a dude, I can't eat.
I
like,
wonder how it
stuff.
would affect your pre-diabetic.
It'd be
diabetic
tough.
stuff,
I'd
yeah.
have to probably go for like maybe the Jewish diet or Muslim diet. They're like the coveted diets you can get there.
Really?
So I have to convert. Yeah, I have to convert to probably.
You have to convert first.
I think so. You got to pass a test. If you want the diet in jail, you have to like exhibit knowledge of the diet. You have to it's like a citizenship test.
Wow.
Yeah.
So some studying.
You have to go in there and be like, did the Jews do 9/11? You have to be like, no, not at all. I'm like, all right, here's your fucking
your food.
Here's your
food.
shawarma, dude. No, we did not. We did not do that.
And then
here's
like
your shawarma.
you're getting the diet that you want, and they're like, "Hey, how come you're not doing daily prayer, man? It's 5 times a day here, pal."
You're allowed to switch it every like couple years, I think. It's a big deal. Like if you can kind of get that like special diet.
Like, well, if it isn't the old Christian Muslim Jew.
But yeah, I'm very happy. It sounds really miserable, man. It's like, yeah.
You seem well adjusted, man.
Yeah, well, I did a lot of reading. I did have time to read, so I kind of got to like read a lot and like, I got to really kind of reflect. And I also was never violent. That was my big thing. I wasn't really violent. I had like one time that I like really spazzed. But for the most part, like I would just kind of live and let live. If people like...
Did you carry a gun?
No, briefly. I had a gun in my house, but the gun scared me. I'd look at it and be like, I'd be all high looking at a gun. I'd be like, oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But so no, no, and that thing too, if you got caught with drugs and a gun, it was automatic jail.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'd rather just lose the money than have a gun. And like, I'm not going to fucking shoot somebody.
Yeah.
I'm no hero. I'm not like, not like that guy.
Like me? Yeah. Wait, do you really think I shouldn't ever shave again?
I think it was kind of cool. I think you should mix it up on people. Dude, I like that. You do for real look like a totally different guy.
Do you know what happened to me? I've told this story, but this grew back in like 8 days, okay?
So jealous. I
So,
can't
like,
get a beard.
5 days into this, so you can't really tell from this photo. I have just like some growth.
Yeah.
And I'm at the Lakers game. And at the Lakers game, I see Spade and Rock like around here. So I go say what's up to them. And then it's halftime. So you go into this like, like banquet style room with food and drinks. It's kind of loud, but we're just sitting and chatting. Blah, blah, just catching up, eating bullshit from the thing. And then Sebastian walks up and he says something to them. And then he turns to me and he goes, "Hey, Sebastian." And I go, "What?" Like, I know. He was just here. Like, I've known him for years.
Yeah.
And then he turns and he sits over there. And I was like, it's so weird.
He doesn't recognize. That's nuts.
I don't put it together at first. Like, in the moment, I'm just like, what?
Fuck, it's his problem.
Yeah. Introduced himself. So then I'm like, "Hey, man," I say something to him. And he's like, I can't hear you. He's like, not much further than you are from me.
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't hear you." I go, "Come here." So he comes and then he just looks at me like, like dead in the face. And I was like, hey man. And I just start talking to him and he just looked and then he goes, oh my God. he goes, Jesus Christ. I seen you with shaven. What the fuck? He goes, it freaked me out. I fucking didn't know. I was like, God damn.
Because the voice would be so familiar. Where you'd be
Right.
like, what the fuck?
The other thing that you realize too is that the grays, they add years naturally, right? So
Yeah.
you shave them off and you just look. You
True,
definitely look
young
younger.
as hell.
You look
yeah,
younger.
I get it like a goatee, and my hair is gray and shit. My goatee is just most like really gray.
Really
So
gray.
I look aged. Yeah, when I grow my goatee out, it's like I look old as hell.
It is cool when I tell people my age and they go, "Oh, I thought you were like 57." I'm like, "It's cool."
I get that a lot too now,
I'm like, "That's awesome, man."
dude. When my hair and like facial hair grows in, I look like I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
People are like, dude, you look old as shit.
It ages you up.
People have been telling me a lot. Like, dude, I thought like I'll get off the stage and like say hi to people after shows, and they're like, "Oh, dude, in the lights, you look like you were like 55. You look terrible." I'm like, "Thanks,
Isn't
man."
that cool?
Yeah,
Isn't that
thanks,
nice?
bro. I appreciate that.
It's real honest.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I shoot this thing next week, and then I'm gonna start having some fun. I think I'm gonna do a mustache for the rest of December.
Ooh, mustache would be nice.
Mustache strong.
You know, I
I
can't-
can see your face. Don't do that. I saw her.
I can't grow
She
a
just
mustache.
went like this.
When I was little, my cousin, we were having like a battle with a kayak paddle. It was like a split in half kayak paddle. So they had like sharper edges, and we were like sword fighting in the pool. And he like accidentally slashed my lip open and like literally filleted my lips. Like came like that.
Really?
So I had to go to the hospital. And I was like maybe 8 years old, and the doctor was like, "You'll never be able to grow a mustache." And I just cried.
That's a cool thing to tell an 8-year-old.
It was so fucked up of him. I could have found out later. I didn't need to know that at
Yeah,
8.
he could have been like, "You'll still be able to grow a mustache."
He was
kid."
like, you'll never be able to grow a mustache, right? Because I do have like a big gap right here because of where like
because
it got.
of,
And he was like, he hit me with that information. I just cried.
really important to tell an
It
8-year-old.
was so fucked up. Like, I don't know why he had to tell me that.
Such an asshole, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm already in shock. Like my face is cut open. I have like my lip, and then everyone thinks I had a cleft palate now. 'Cause I have a scar right here. Like, oh, you had a cleft palate. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
God, hit me in the face with a kayak
I feel like we
paddle.
judge them so hard, the cleft palate
It's
people.
true.
Yeah, we really do. We're like, should you even be here?
Yeah, that was like, that's an easy fix now, right?
The technology has improved incredibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was a rough one, man. When you come out, it's like, you got that snarl.
Yeah.
You had that evil snarl.
The snarl that like, it's also like fucks up the nose a little bit and speech pattern. Everyone's like,
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to hold you back forever.
you're lucky they kept you.
Yeah, you don't see it anymore. I never see. They must fix that right away.
I just feel like they fix it right away, and also the way that they fix it is more advanced than like when we were like when we were kids, you would see it and be like, oh.
Yeah.
But I think now you can deal with it.
Yeah. That's like, we had kids, and our first kid had like a cone head when they came out because she got into the birth canal, but she had the umbilical cord around her neck.
Oh my God.
So she just got her head for real. It was like a pyramid. When
No,
she came
so
out,
was
she just
my
stuck.
my first was like that too. And he had two things. He had like reddish hair,
Really?
which went away.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other thing is, like I don't remember if it was a month or two in, the top of his head, all the hair fell out, but he kept a horseshoe.
What?
So he looked 50. And it looked so
crazy.
weird. And I was like, I'd be like, yeah, I don't like the way he looks. this is my son.
This is bullshit.
I was like, what the fuck? And then it came back. I was like, oh, thank God.
That's so. If he just had like male pattern baldness, just his whole life
As a baby?
that would be so funny.
It's so crazy, bro.
Well, I didn't
when-
know like
Look at this. It says cleft palate is usually repaired with a surgical procedure called palatoplasty when a child is between 6 and 18 months.
that'd be nice to give your baby like a strong chin too.
Yeah.
Like you might as well just like fucking change his eye color and give him a strong chin.
That'd be
That'd be awesome.
they should start doing plastic surgery out of the womb. Just right away.
It's not a bad idea.
I know.
They won't remember it.
Also, this kid's kind of fat. Like, let's thin him out a little
Kid's
bit.
dick's kind of small. Let's give him a penis enlargement.
Do you have boys at all? You have
Just
any-
girls, yeah.
Yeah, I have two boys. Boy, it's funny because when you see a boy from birth like develop, you just realize, oh no, we're obsessed with our penises our whole lives.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're always just like, look at my penis, and
Yeah.
like just grabbing it and you're like, don't, but do that in your room.
Yeah, don't do that. My fear of having a son was that the nurses were going to peep my newborn son's setup and then do some sort of math to like be able to scope my flaccid setup out and be like,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you think there has to be some sort of scale? They have to they see so many
dick scales,
brand new penises every year that they must be able to from the son look at the father.
No,
and
because I've also had I thought I would think so, but then I've had I remember a friend who's the mom. I don't know. It's all weird, but it said something when oh, I guess that gene didn't pass down. In other words, the dad has a hog.
It's a hog,
but the kid just has a normal one.
The mom's side, there's a small dick on the mom's side blocking the genes.
Yeah,
it'd be crazy to inherit a big dick from your mom's side.
That would be.
That'd be kind of nuts. I think that does something to a man,
especially if the dad clocks it real early.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's like, the fuck.
I have a friend who was adopted, and he's got a massive hog. And
really?
His younger brother.
What kind of dimensions are we talking?
Fat, dude.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely fat. He said it's shaped like a parking cone, but but his little brother one day came in front of the dad and was like, why is his bigger than dad's? And it was I was like, bro, you must have felt that.
You feel that for sure.
Oh, I would have banished him.
Yeah.
I would have put him in a basket down the Nile and been like, the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
Put your fucking 9-year-old ass out of here. Yeah, that's rugged. But here's the thing, you'd have to be.
But are you proud? You're like.
But you can instill small dick energy in a big dick energy guy, which would be kind of nice. That would be kind of unstoppable.
Yeah.
Just tell him all the time, bro, if I had your dick, here's what I would do.
Yeah.
You could just pump your son up. So we're gonna give you a small dick work ethic. You're gonna be completely unstoppable.
You really are. Yeah. You're not gonna be lazy. You're not just gonna lay there.
Yeah. You're gonna be. Although you kind of want big dick guys lazy. You don't want big dick guys too active.
Yeah. Well,
being a president, that's a disaster.
Oh, I was thinking of just tearing pussies apart.
True. That's true.
Just because I remember I worked with this guy. He was a big fucking guy, and I remember I used to say shit to him I'd love to see you fucking just grab a woman,
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, yeah. I was like, I know you got a fucking healthy hog on you, and he was like, I go, have you ever hurt a woman? He was like, a couple times.
Damn.
And it was stitches. They had to get stitches.
Oh,
yeah.
She probably loved it.
Probably.
No, I'm kidding. It's terrible. That's one of those things that the stories you do.
Then there's
hear.
guys that want to give somebody stitches.
I know. It's kind of fucked up.
That's I don't think this guy was actually. I mean, you don't know, but I don't think he was like that. I think he was just a huge fucking guy.
Had a huge hog, yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, that must be. Do you think there was some element of him or some part of him that was kind of like prideful?
I think part of your brain has to go this is what happens.
This is what happens. No, it's not about pleasure at this point. It's just about just towing the pussy up.
I don't know, man. I got this big old dick.
That's what happens, man. It's tough to love me. I got this big old dick.
It's a tuna can, and it just
yeah
stretches you out.
Yeah,
But that is some women's. There are women who will tell you, I don't want anything to do with that. But there's still a percentage that are yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I need that.
I need that to feel alive.
Yeah. Although I've heard some say, and again, I don't know if they're just kind of hyping me up, but I've heard some women say look, man, you don't need it that big. It's kind of a curse.
Yeah.
But I don't agree. Just showing it off would be awesome.
I think that's the part. It's the visual of it. Everybody goes, wow, when you see something big.
Yeah.
Another part of it is living with it and having, to use it. It's a different thing.
I have talked to guys who have felt used, who have been like, dude, I feel like women just use me for my penis. They want to actually have a relationship with me. I'm like, oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
You can't watch Lifetime. That's what you're fucking worried about.
So you're bummed out about?
You can't watch The Real Housewives, dude. That sucks.
They're just using you for your perfect dick?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear that shit.
Fucking.
I had a guy one time in an office, third day, we shared an office room, and he was like, yeah, I got a 9-inch dick. He just
throws it out there?
Just threw it out to me, and I was like, oh, cool, man. That's what's up. And he just threw it out to me, and it just changed our relationship forever.
Was it good?
His dick you're talking about?
No, well, your relationship. Did
it was all right. It was okay, but then he just threw. It was it didn't even have a chance to to set. He just threw that right into the mix.
That's such a weird.
Why are you doing that to me right now?
He just wanted you to go like, I guess you'll run things around here.
I think so. I think he was trying to establish pecking order. He's like, you'll be my little dick minion, and I'm gonna have you do my bidding.
So just so you know, when I say something, it goes.
Yeah,
Because
true.
I'm in charge. I have the 9. That's a crazy way to do it.
I think he was maybe telling a story, and he's like threw it in as a detail, and I was just kind of like, all right, dude, that's what's up. But yeah, although I kind of did. I would just leave. All
You
the
should have
time.
just turned and busted out a ruler and be like, prove it.
Yeah, bust
Let's
it out
see.
right now.
Guys all lie about.
You should never lie
9?
up. I don't know why people lie up. It's like lie down.
9 it's bigger than you think.
I would imagine, yeah.
9 inches, bro?
Yeah.
Come on.
He was claiming, yeah, it's, I don't know. That's what he claimed. He threw it in the mix. And it
What was
just
his
like,
physical description?
he just was like about the same height as me, but he did have like slightly Cro-Magnon face that led me to believe it. Like, he might have a giant, you know, I had a big
Yeah.
dick face. It was just
Big
like
dick face, yeah.
deep fucking eye sockets and like,
You know, one of the most depressed. One time I went in, we were doing it was a business thing. Like I was working in post, and we were going to a different facility, and there was this chick working there who you could tell had just like hoe energy, and she was super flirty and like inappropriate, right? And like just like, you know, just real fucking kind of gutter trash energy.
Yeah.
And so we were just whatever talking. She's kind of flirty, and then I don't know how this comes about, but she's like, "Yeah, I have this ability where I can guess your dick size exactly." And I was like, "Really?" And we're in like this kind of flirtatious rhythm. You know what I mean? The energy is like, it's fun.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
having fun with it.
for sure.
And I was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Well, okay, so then guess mine." And I'm like, just like, "What's this gonna be?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "How about I draw it?" And I'm like,
What?
"All right." And so she takes a piece of paper and draws and hands it to me. And it is like a perfect, oversized, just like a porn cock.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, you're good at this. Like, you nailed it." And then I got scared.
She drew it hard or soft?
It was, I mean, it's just like, it was just like
I see what you're saying.
size.
Just
You know
did
what I
like a
mean?
dimension, like a hand
Like a
turkey,
dimension.
basically. Yeah.
And then I had so much fear inside of me that
Just
like,
nice to see it.
no, that like, yeah, that I was like, I'm definitely going to not live up to what she just drew. And like, I got to get out of here. Like, I got to leave this building. I was like, almost like they were like, "Now go into this room and show her." And I was just like, "Yeah, we should definitely hang out sometime." And I was like, I'll never,
Yeah.
because
Let the mystery.
your expectations are so.
When I was in 7th grade, we had like 2 of the hottest 8th grade girls just took it upon themselves to pressure people to see their penises.
Oh my God.
And I would be on the bus shivering with fear. I had like 4 pubes. I was like, "Dude, please don't look at my tiny unpubed penis." And they were like, it never got to me finally, but they did make a couple boys show them their penises. And we had like 8th graders checking our pubes. They'd be like, "You got pubes?" And I'd be like, you have to like pull your thing down and like, "Look at my pubes." I'm like, "Dude, that's so many fucking pubes, dude."
Dude, these 3 Dominican girls one time got me to show them my dick.
Dude, it's crazy.
And it was like, I was like, "No." And they're like, "We never seen a white guy's dick before." And
Yeah.
I was like, And so they,
Wait, when was this? It was like last week.
it was last week.
Damn, the guy-
I had
you
a
were a
shaved
schoolboy.
face. I was like, "No one will recognize me." So
Damn, you were a schoolboy and they pressured you.
this is college.
Okay, all right.
And they were like, "We never seen a white guy's dick." And I was like, "Okay." And so I don't know. I was like, I'm not doing this. And then like part of your mind is like, what if this turns into like a really cool like foursome?
For sure.
So, but the thing was, I would like, they were like sitting on this couch. I would go in the other room and just start fluffing. I was
You'd
like,
have to,
Jesus, because I had so much anxiety that your body's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Ooh." So I'm just sitting there, just stroking away.
Just came.
Yeah, I'm like about to jizz. And then I'm like, "Okay, all right, everyone, open your eyes."
Now.
And then I remember I showed it to them and they were like, "It's so white." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm white."
Yeah.
Like, they were like, "I've never seen a white one. It's so white." And I was like,
So there was more about the color than the dimensions.
yeah, they were just like, I mean, yeah, I fluffed it hard, dude.
Really?
I mean, I was tugging and
Yeah. And they were just kind of like, "Well, okay."
like, I was like, "Yeah, let me go get some from the other room." I just was like,
Obviously, yeah.
yeah. And then when it was like presentable,
Yeah.
yeah, that's when I,
Like, all right,
Showed it.
you guys can just come in now.
and then I was
guess.
like waiting, like, so who's gonna like take it first? And they were
Yeah, I
like,
know.
"No, we just want to see." Damn. I was like, "Oh,
I fluffed for the dermatologist one time.
yeah."
Dude, I had like a hard, I don't know what, I think it was like eczema, but I thought it was like some other type of rash. So I had to go to the dermatologist, and like it just so happened to be there was this, like really, like there's this dermatologist in Philly who's just like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like my friend,
How hot she is.
yeah, it's like it's kind of unreal. And my friend was like actually doing like medical sales, and he knew exactly who I was talking about. So she was like, all right, I got to see it. And I knew it was coming, so I just kind of was in the waiting room trying to like quietly kind of fluff myself up. Just go on like Instagram and try to find like ladies shaking their, like anything.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got in front of her, it was just shriveled right out. It was like a shriveled, like red, dried out penis. And I had to be like, ugh.
I've never seen a smaller version of my dick than at the doctor's office.
It's bullshit.
Like I've told doctors, I'm like, it really gets better.
Yeah.
And they're like,
This
okay.
is nothing.
Yeah.
That is crazy for them to see that many dicks. That's got to kind of wipe you out. You know, if you got to look at them all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then you'd know exactly where you're standing. At least guys have like that air of mystery in their head where they can kind of be like, eh.
I've asked a urologist, I was like, what's the biggest dick you've ever seen? And they're like, oh yeah, you don't forget. It's
Really?
Because it is a just line of pathetic dicks that just don't register. And then every once in a while there's just like some old guy just goes like,
Yeah, dude.
and they're like, wow.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's got to be. I always wonder about this too, with like, especially like women. Like women have that just like anthology in their head.
Dicks.
So they know, man. There's always that. There's always that like that one Charizard they'd seen.
They're like, oh my God.
And it's like, does it mean as much to them as it means to us? And I genuinely don't think it does.
I don't know.
I think it's awesome.
There's a woman in the booth. What do you think, Nana? No?
That's what.
No,
What?
it
What is the
doesn't-
answer?
It doesn't matter.
Say it again.
It doesn't matter.
You're a good woman.
You don't stay with that one memory of that, like that was the outlier. Fucking
I mean, there is an outlier for everyone.
Here we go. Here comes the truth.
yeah. Tell us the truth.
Here comes the.
But
fucking truth?
does he does stay in your mind though?
I mean, you don't forget, but I'm not.
Are you reminded every time, if like say you're with like a boyfriend, every time you look at his penis, does it like trigger a flashback of like the biggest one you've ever seen?
No.
That's my fear.
No.
Really?
Yeah, because once you're in love, that's all you care about is your.
Thank God girls'
penis.
brains are set up the way they're set up. Dude, that's
know.
awesome. Really? That wipes it out?
Yeah.
So it does matter to bring home flowers. I'm erasing the memory of the biggest dick a woman's ever seen.
Absolutely.
Every
Yes.
time you say "I love you," she forgets his dick a little more.
It shrinks.
Yeah, she's like, I don't really remember.
Those pants look great on you. It's just like, just a little bit shrinks.
I thought you said it was an 8-inch dick. She's like, no, it was like 7.
Wasn't even that fat, come to think of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're going on vacation. I'm going to shrink this thing down.
Shrink it down, dude.
That's good. That's actually, I'm happy to hear that. That's great.
I definitely think that we are more obsessed with size
For sure.
than. You want to see mine?
Yeah, we'll just look on the table. That's that, dude. I've been trying to play the big dick bad boy to my wife. Now I'm going to switch it up. I'm going nice guy. I've been fluffing for her. I've been trying to do big dick bad boy. I mean, like, I don't even care, man.
Yeah.
Let me see that. Oh, you're actually showing me your
Yeah.
penis. Oh. Nice.
It's pretty good, right?
That's fucking great. I had my regular dick queued up.
Oh wow.
Some of my butthole in there somehow too. It's like spread eagle shot.
All right. Well, thanks for coming. This was fun, man.
It was a blast, dude. Thanks for having me.
We both have co-hosts regularly. How do you keep it like, mine's a fucking. How do you keep it fresh with your guy? How do you guys have a good dynamic?
We're
right?
fresh right now because he's filming, so we've done
That's
only
good.
a couple.
So
He's gone.
You miss each other.
I miss him so dearly right now.
Yeah.
What I do is I
Is he
try
still
to
filming right now?
Yeah, they're about to, I think they should be wrapped up like next week. I think. But what I try to do is I read constantly, and I read subject matter that I know bothers him immensely.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
bring it up, and it's so fun every week to just expose him to like
Things-
esoteric, kind of like weird spiritual
just like
stuff.
fucking-
And he hates it. He has no time for it.
That's great.
So that kind of makes me laugh every time to watch it. And he likes to like dismantle all the ideas. And
Well,
like,
I think
"This fucking
I would
bullshit."
have to take that role because my buddy can't read. So
But yeah, it's fun. It's
see
also
him.
the thrill of like we don't prepare anything. So every week comes and it's like, can we summon an hour of something out of the ether?
yeah,
It makes it kind of fun to be like, especially when it's not working. We're both looking at each other like, fuck.
yeah. What do you do then?
We just repeat stories we've told before.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all we do.
Good. My guy just has a drink.
True.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you for coming, man. It was fun. Make sure you see Matt on tour. Get tickets at mattmccusker.com. Of course, check out Matt and Shane's Secret podcast wherever podcasts are available.
Very important.
And yeah, man, thanks so much for coming.
Thank
It
you,
was
bro.
blessed.
Appreciate you.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.